Hello all of you. Now the topic is design of columns. Design of columns, and what we see here is, in fact, not we are not going to see anything new here again. Whatever is learned so far, we are going to apply that here. Okay. So let's see how the things work here. What is a column? First of all, as you know, in the building, in the case of a building, for example, in a room, there are four pillars and four ends. They are called as columns, and then there are beams and then the slab and everything. So the whole weight comes on the column. Say like something like a table. Now the table has got four legs, we say. So those legs are something similar to columns. So whatever things are kept on the table, the load which is kept on the table, that is shared by the legs. So that is an example of a vertical column which is taking load. What kind of load it must be taking? Suppose it is a column and it is a load that is taking on. It is taking. So that will be of a compressive type. So columns are normally taking loads which are of compressive type, but then there could be some situations where the load could be eccentric as well. In addition to compressive load, there could be eccentric load also. So we are just going to learn how these things are to be handled. So let's take a case where there is a column. I will draw like this. Okay, and then this is the top view of the column. Okay, and maybe I can call this as x-axis and this is y-axis. So there is x-axis, there is y-axis, and then you can say this size is t and this size is b. So t by b, that is the cross section, and now the load which is acting, suppose it is acting exactly here. At this point, suppose the load is acting and you are asked to design the column. What you will do? This is a simple case, very simple case. You will say that if design, what kind of load is this? Compressive load is equal to load upon area. Stress equal to load upon area. So stress is equal to load divided by area. And if you are knowing B in terms of say 4 times T or whatever is the proportion given, so only one variable and you can find T and then B also. So the work is done. You have designed the cross section. So simple it is. If the load is exactly here and it is not causing any bending. Now let us see the various variations that are available or that might be there. So how do we handle them? Now the first variation is, this load is not acting here, but it is acting here. The load is acting here, and this distance I will call it Ex, eccentric distance along the x-axis, so Ex. So the load is acting at Ex, this is the vertical axis, and this distance is Ex. Now what will be the difference compared to the earlier case? What you will do in this case? Maybe I will call this as case 1. Then now we will call it as case 2, where the load is acting there and you are asked to design. So first thing is, now you can you compare this case with something which we have already done? We have done something similar. That kind of thing we are going to do here. One thing is the load is compressive. What we have done is not the case where the load is compressive, but still it is a similar case. What is that? That is a case of a C-frame. So if you remember C-frame, the way we are handled. In case of C-frame, there was a direct load which was tensile, and there was also a bending load. Now something similar will happen here. Because of this load at P, which is at certain distance from the neutral axis, that is Ex, what will happen is, this load will cause a direct stress which is same as this, and in addition to direct stress, it will cause a bending stress. Now that bending stress will be equal to moment, which is P into X, that is the moment, divided by the section modulus. That will be the bending stress. Now what kind of bending stress will be there on this point, on this particular section? Let me first put some names. Let me call this point as A, this point as B, this is C and this is D. So because of eccentricity like this, what are going to be the stresses here? When the first case was there, that time at all these 4 points, it was the same stress, that was a compressive stress. Now because the eccentric load is there, it will have a tendency to bend like this. That is a moment which is equal to P into Ex. So P into Ex is the moment that is caused by a force which is eccentric by this much amount. And because of this kind of a tendency of bending, the points D and C, they will experience bending compressive stress. Compressive stress caused by bending, in addition to the direct stress. A and B, they are the points which are on this side, and bending will be there. Bending will cause these points to experience tensile stress. So at A and B there will be tensile bending stress, at D and C there will be compressive bending stress. So the direct stress is compressive, 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 compressive. Bending stress is tensile, tensile, compressive, compressive. So what will be the total stress at A and B? Total stress at A and B will be the difference between the direct, which is compressive, and bending, which is tensile. Whichever is higher, that will be the stress. It will be same, whatever is there at A, same will be there at B. But it will be depending on which is higher, tensile higher or compressive higher. What will happen at D and C? At D and C, direct will be compressive, bending also will be compressive, so total also will be compressive. So probably this could be the place where there could be a problem. This is the worst case. So we are going to concentrate on this side. So now I'll write here for case A, if C direct is equal to direct stress is compressive. I am writing here, this is for D and C. At D and C, FC compressive direct, which is equal to P divided by B into T, and if bending, which is also compressive, will be given by M upon Z, which is equal to P into Ex upon Z. In fact, in this case, I'll write, instead of Z, I'll write I upon Y. Y will come here. Now, what is I here? Because the bending is this way, I will be about Y axis. Moment of inertia, this moment of inertia about Y axis. Okay, so what will be that? That will be this size T, I'll write here 1/12 of TB cube, T and B cube. Along the neutral axis, that dimension is taken once. Perpendicular to neutral axis, that dimension is taken as a cube. So this is Y, this is I, and then this Y will be the distance of the point which is maximum away. So in this case, it will be B by 2. Okay, so this will come out to be as P into Ex upon 1/6 TB square. Okay, and in the total stress, Ft total equal to, or rather not T, Fc total equal to Fc direct plus Fc bending is equal to this plus this. So P upon Vt plus P into Ex upon 1/6 TB square. And this is equal with design compressive stress, and you can find out T and B. Okay. Case 2. Now case 3. Now in case 3, what happens is, this load will be acting, I'll just draw here. Now the load is acting here, and this distance is Ey. So like the load was acting here, now the load is acting here. Okay. Now if you draw now this top view, of course I have to draw, you can draw this again. You draw this front view again, and below that front view, the top view will be drawn like this. So front view and top view, position of P will be here. It will look in the front view, it will look here. Okay, so that is your figure, and as a result what will happen, suppose you draw the side view. uh, load is acting here, and if you see the side view, this is the axis, and the load is acting here such that this is your EY. EY in the side view will look like this, correct? So that is a correct figure, complete figure. So what do we write in this case? Same way, first thing is the direct load. So I'll write here if direct will be compressive P upon BT. Compressive stress, direct load this. And then the bending stress, what will be the bending stress here? P into Uy. P into Uy, that is the bending like this. So that bending will cause what kind of stress at again the same points A, B, C, D. Same A is here, B is here, C is here, and D is here. So now at A and D the stresses will be compressive. Okay, so I'll write here this bending stress will be P into Ey, that is moment, upon I will be about x axis now. Neutral axis will be like this. So Ix into the distance, maximum distance away. Y is the general parameter I am writing. Y is basically distance to maximum away. So what will be Ix here? P into Ey upon Ix. Is it seen? And right here equal to, I'll write it above P into Ey upon what will be Ix. Now it will be 1/12 of BT cube. B is along the neutral axis and T cube is perpendicular into the distance, maximum distance is T by 2. So it was like this, 1/12 TB cube B by 2, 1/12 BT cube T by 2. See the difference here and here because the neutral axis has changed. So notice this part and compare this and this, because the bending axis has changed, the neutral axis has changed. So once you do this, now then you can combine FC direct plus FC bending. So combine these two same as this and go ahead. Okay. So that was the effect of EY, the eccentricity, if it is like that. Now the next case is fourth case. What will be the fourth case? Fourth case is load is acting here. See, the first case was load is acting here, second case was load is acting here, and the third case is load is acting here. Not third actually, second, third, fourth. First is already simple case. So first case load here, second case load here, third case load here, fourth case load here. I repeat, first case load here, second case is this case load here, third case load here, and the fourth case load here. So when the load is now acting here, there will be eccentricity here of EY Ex like this, Ey like this, then the usual 4 points A, B, C, D. These are the 4 points. And then, now what will happen? See, in the earlier case, this DC were the worst hit because they were having direct compressive, bending compressive. In the second case, or rather in the next third case, A and D. So whatever you have done here, that is for A and D. Is for A and D. Because A and D, they are the ones which are having direct compressive, bending also compressive. They are here. This is A and D. Now here what will happen? What will be the stresses at all these 4 points? Let's see. At all these 4 points, the direct stress will be compressive. Just like first case. A, B, C, D, direct stress will be compressive stress. And bending stress will be what? Let us find out. At A, bending stress will be, because of this eccentricity Ey, something like this, it will be compressive. Because of Ex, it will be tensile. Because of Ex, that means this eccentricity, because of this eccentricity Ex, A will have tensile bending stress. At B, direct is of course compressive. Bending will be, because of Ey it is tensile, because of Ex also it is tensile. We are right here. Direct I am not writing, everywhere it is compressive. So bending stress will be here, one is tensile and the other is compressive. Here both are tensile. Here at C, because of Ex it is compressive and because of Ey it is tensile. At D, because of Ex it is compressive, because of Ey also it is compressive. So can you see what variation we have got? Tensile compressive, tensile tensile, tensile compressive, compressive compressive. Okay, so they are the types of stresses that are there at all these points. So what are the total stresses? Maybe you can find out which is the worst case. These two cases, they are having some nullifying effect. One is tensile, one is compressive. So net will be the lower of the two. Okay, as per the difference. Here the net will be tensile, plus of course compressive stress is still there, direct compressive. That is, this is in addition to direct compressive, everywhere direct compressive is there. So this will be like that. Here you will notice everything is compressive. Bending compressive, and direct also is compressive. So this could be the worst case, so which we have to handle. So what will be the total stresses here? Right here, compressive direct is load upon area, and bending. Now bending will be, I'll write different types. One is F compressive bending. F compressive bending because of Ex. Because of Ex, what will happen? It will be P into Ex. This moment Ex, P into Ex upon 1/6 of, now this the neutral axis is this. So 1/6 of TB square. 1/6 of TB square plus P into Ey, that also is compressive. That is 1/6 of BT square. Correct? That is what will be at D. This bending is at D. It's bending at D. Similarly, F now at D, of course, at D it will be this plus this plus this. Compressive direct, compressive bending because of ES, compressive bending because of EY. So these three things when you combine, that is going to be the total stress. So I'll write here. Where should I write? FC total is equal to this plus this whole thing. FC bending because of direct, which is this whole thing. So FC direct, F bending because of EX, F bending because of EY, and total is direct plus bending of this, that is the total. At everything at D, and that is the worst. If you want to find out at B, then it will be direct, which is same as this, and then the two will be tensile. This will be only tensile. In fact, the values will be same, but they are of tensile type. So that way you can find out the stresses at all these points. But for the design purpose, we are taking the worst situation. So whatever is happening at D, which is this, if you find out the dimension, considering the D case, the D point, then the dimensions which you will get, they will be the dimensions which will be safe everywhere. So if that cross section you decide to put everywhere, everything will be safe because we have taken the worst case and we have found out the dimension considering the worst case. So it will be correct. Okay, so this is an example of design of column. As you see, we have not done anything new here. Whatever is already known to us, that we have applied. Okay, considering the eccentric directions. Okay, so make a good note of this exercise and you will be able to design the columns if this kind of exercise is asked. Fine.